Funky. It's Matt here. I want to basically show you that beat. That's what this is. Very simple lesson. 2-bar groove. It's funky. Just because I think everyone needs this in their life. I think knowing this beat and being able to play it will make you happier, and you'll play it to other people and they'll feel happier. And so this is a 5-minute lesson and it's going to share happiness. Right, so you can download the sheet music below, get the notation, you can go away and break it down. It's based upon simply an 8-beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and... Now, if you've played any funky drumming before, then you will understand the ghost notes. They've got the brackets around them, which you can see up there, and they are quieter. And we're going to play them between the snares. So, between the hi-hat, sorry. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and a 3 E and 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3 E and. So you might well have played this before. It's a pretty common funky pattern. And what we're going to do is we're going to play a bass drum with an open hi-hat on beat 1. A little bit a la Walk This Way by Aerosmith. You know, it's got a bit of that flavour at the beginning. So we're going to go 1, 2, a 3 E and 4 and 1, 2 and a 3 E and. There's also a bass on the 3 and there. 1, 2 and a 3 E and 4 and a 1, 2 and a 3 E and 4 and That's the beat. I've shown it to you pretty quickly there. You've learnt it pretty quick, hopefully. I hope that makes sense. So this kind of drumming, it's about the nuances. So we've got the accent on 2 and 4. That's your backbeat. We've got those ghost notes falling between the hi-hats. So that dynamic contrast on the snare drum is so important, right? It's what makes the groove. But you might have noticed there's also an accent above beat 3 on the hi-hat. And actually, the one above beat 2 and 4 doesn't only apply to the snare, it's also the hi-hat. So what we're going to do here is play the hi-hat pattern. Forget the Walk This Way open hi-hat on beat 1 for a minute. Pretend they're all eighth notes, right? What we're going to do is play this. Accent, non-accent, accent, non-accent. And what we're doing here, I'm not necessarily smashing my hi-hat really hard. I'm just playing with the shoulder of the stick on the edge of the hat to get that thicker sound, and then the tip of the stick on top of the hi-hat for the non-accented. So it's more about the timbre rather than power soft. Do you know what I mean? We're just trying to get different sounds here. So if I then play that. Now if I put it in with the ghost note, you really hear the beat 3 there. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, it's that beat 3 that really stands out. And then the open hi-hat. 1, 2, and a 3 E and 4 and a 1, 2 and a 3 E and 4 and a 1, 2 and a 3 and. All right, that is beat 1. I'll just play it one time quicker. All right, so did you hear what I mean there? It's the ghost notes being soft. It's the accented hi-hat that really stands out on beat 3. Those things elevate the beat. There's the nuances that make it sound really funky. Anyway, 1 bar down, bar 2 to go. Remember, grab that sheet music below. It's complete free. It's going to mean you can learn this a lot easier. Now, you might look at this bar and just think, that's intimidating. There's a lot going on. But it's largely, or there's elements of it that are linear, so only hitting one thing at a time. And we can break it down. We're going to break it down right now. So let's break it down into its 4 quarter note chunks. Beat 1, and I'm going to forget about accents for a minute. Hi-hat, snare, hi-hat and bass, snare. That's all it is. Think about the hands, forget the bass. Right, left, right, left. That's all it is, single straight roll. Right, left, right, left. Right, left, right, left. That's all it is. So I'm going to play the accented hi-hat, ghost note snare, non-accented hi-hat with a bass, ghost note snare. Okay, that's it. Super slow with the intended dynamics. All right, beat 2. Looks kind of weird. You've got 2 accents in a row, but remember, we're accenting every hi-hat that's on the beat, and then we're going to go, and by the way, this is just right, left, right, left. That's all beat 2 is. Right, left, right, left. Couldn't be easier in that sense, right? But we're going to go accent, accent, soft, soft. Without hitting my microphone. All right, accent, accent, soft, soft. That's all that's happening there. And actually, let's put 1 and 2 together. So we're gonna go 1 E and 2 E and That's it. You can obviously do it much slower than that. 1 E and 2 E and That's not hard, is it? You can do that. Even if you're a beginner drummer, you can do that. It's just about breaking it down slow enough and into those small sections. All right, let's look at beat 3, right? It goes, let's just go straight in with dynamics, right? So we're going to go accented hi-hat, ghost note snare, regular hi-hat with a bass. That's it. 3 E and 3 E and. That's it. All right, beat 4. Both hands together. So go 4 E is silent, and Right, that note on the it's a ghost note. Do you see it's got that line through the stem? So we're basically going to play 2 notes there. 2 notes. So it's going to be a left left on the So it goes 2 E and 2 E and Now I'm going to tell you, if you know the rudiment drag, as we loop back to beat 1, we're going to drag, because let's just go back to beat 1 of the first bar. It was our Aerosmith style. Okay, right, so just remember that. So this little double note here on the will then go straight into that, so we'll end up going or. So just the hands will go like that. So it's gonna form a little drag as we loop it. But for now, just know 2 notes, 2 lefts. Okay, whole bar slowly. So we go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and That's it. That is it. Bit quicker. Okay. So we've got a few things here now. We've covered all of it, right? It's just putting it together. We've got a few things here that are really, really fundamental in funk drumming. So we've got those ghost notes falling between the hi-hats on the 16th notes. We've got this cheeky displaced snare, which I've just highlighted in blue there. It's on the E of beat 2 in the second bar. That's kind of weird. And then we've got that little drag note coming back around to beat 1, so that's very funky as well. So lots of small things that are common in funk drumming, right? And we learn them slowly in isolation, and they make sense, hopefully. And you can pull them together. But then once you've got them, and this is what's happening here with these 2 bars, once you've got them down, you can put them together, and it sounds really funky. It sounds like there's loads going on, but you've learned all of those bits individually, right? So that's what's happening here. When you look at that, you may think, whoa, there's loads going on. But hopefully now we've broken it down, it's not so scary, and it does make sense, and you know how to learn it. You know, you just got to go slow and break it down. But when it all comes together, it's kind of interesting, I think. I think it's funky. Hopefully you do too. So now we've learned it, I'm just going to play it again. If you thought that was funky, let me know below. If anything's confusing, maybe I've rushed through it too much, let me know below. Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, all of that. But look, the most important thing, go and download the notation. It's free. Spend a little bit of time working through this gradually. I don't care if you've been playing, 10 years or 10 minutes. You can do this. You can work through it. Just break it down enough. And then spread the funky beats around the world.